Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are for another exciting episode, albeit somewhat late release edition this week for Sunday the 4th of November 2018. So thank you very much to everyone for your patience and understanding for the delay in the release of this one. I was very busy and rather preoccupied with a triathlon up in Noosa, but the news must continue, must be released to you guys, so we are here with our episode and we're going to jump straight into it with the latest release from Milviz. So Milviz being the latest developer dipping their virtual toes and production toes into the world of X-Plane with their release of the Cessna 310R over into X-Plane 11. So the Cessna 310 is one of my favorite aircraft. I just love it. I just think it's a great looking aircraft. I think it's awesome. And I'm really happy to see that the guys over at Milviz have brought their rendition of the aircraft over into the X-Plane world. So again, I've usually come to see from Milviz very highly detailed 3D model, both externally and internally. We've got a full use of optimization for X-Plane 11's PBR materials and textures, full implementation of the FMOD sound system throughout the aircraft, and full updates for and optimization for X-Plane 11 engine and handling behavior, both in the air and on the ground. As I said, full high resolution 4K texturing throughout the aircraft, a full update of the flight dynamics in line with authentic simulations of the aircraft from real world performance and realistic fuel and weight and balance systems and readouts, advanced modeling of the autopilot system in there, as well as full integration of the default GNS 530 and 430 X-Plane as GPS systems, but with full support for Reality XP's GTN 750 and 650 support as well. Now they have also included some full implementation of rain and ice effects, though something that has apparently come through that in VR it is only the rain and ice effects only work with one eye in the VR, not in both eyes. So which is a little bit weird, but apparently is being looked at by the developer. But otherwise, this release is available now from your favorite flight sim retailer or direct from the Milviz website, coming in at $40 or your regional equivalent, available for X-Plane 11 now. Continuing on with X-Plane 11 releases this week, the guys over at Global Arts have released their rendition of Montreal International Airport. So Montreal Pierre-Elliott Trudeau International Airport has been released, coming in as it appears at the end of 2017. Now, this is a full accurate representation of the airport, including full high-definition modeling and texturing of all major airport buildings, full implementation of all the runways, taxiways, and various other aircraft aprons have all been implemented and modeled for here as well. Included is also implementation of the AutoGate plugin by Marginal has been included in here as well, with the airline fingers. Full implementation of custom static objects, vehicles, and aircraft were in the scenery and surrounding areas to give that Montreal airport feel. Custom airport terrain mesh for the airport and the surrounding city have been included, as well as underground passageways created using a mesh remix tool have been included as well. Full support for HDR lighting and PBR texturing has been included, with a full implementation of the custom approach lighting system for the airport, as well as full implementation of taxi routes to make the airport fully compatible with World Traffic 3 as well. So a lot of stuff coming with this one. You also get included the standard sort of summer textures. You also get a full set of photoreal scenery, not only for the airport but also for the city of Montreal as well. And you also get, interestingly enough, a set of winter textures for the airport as well. Don't know, that's going to look a little bit weird going snapping from winter to summer straight at the edge of the city, but at least you do have those textures included. So if you are wanting to pick this for a little Canadian gem up for your X-Plane 11 experience, you can pick this one up from the xplane.org store, coming in at $25 or your regional equivalent, available now. Continuing on with X-Plane 11 releases this week with a interesting little release. This one actually, one that I'm a little perplexed by. I'm curious, but I'm perplexed by it. So this is released from Stick and Rudder Studios of the ExATC Chatter. Now, When I first saw this and I was trying to research it, I was kind of like reminded a bit of so I play Kerbal Space Program. There's a mod for that called Chatterer, which basically puts sort of like random sort of like space background like stuff in the background to make things seem a little bit more realistic. And that's pretty much exactly what this does. ExATC Chatter is a collaboration between Stick Radio Studios and LiveATC.net, where basically they've taken a whole slew of audio clips from actual live ATC chatter, sanitized it by taking out any sort of references to actual airports, but leaving in things like call signs, references to towers, SID stars, ramps, taxiways, all that kind of stuff. That's all been left in there to try and give you a bit of a feel to actually so you're not flying in silence. So if you're one of those people like me that not particularly a huge fan of flying on some like Iveo or VATSIM for whatever reason, but you still don't want to have a really boring, quiet flight, this possibly might be an add-on for you. So it actually sort of lets you to actually sort of hear the background sort of chatter as you change channels, as you change your radio channels. It'll actually sort of, in the aircraft, there's something that's in the airspace that you're flying through, you'll actually hear sort of semi related sort of sounds coming through the radio. So it's, as I said, it's an interesting concept. Very heavily stacked towards sort of North American and European airspace. So they've gone through basically a slew of various different audio clips. They've got 1,700 clips for the US airspace. They've got 1,300 clips for European airspace. 1,700 clips for Canadian airspace. But they've got only 100 for Australia and New Zealand, and they've got absolutely zip for South America, Asia, including India, and African continent. So yeah, I think it's one of those things that it's sort of very much a work in progress, and I think it'd be interesting to see where it goes. I'm intrigued to see where it's going. The other part that's really interesting for me is that it includes an integration to XLife 2.1 ATC. I'd like to see it integrated with like an AI traffic pack. Maybe something like Just Flight's traffic pack if they ever Traffic Global if they ever bring that to X-Plane. Yeah, I'd be interested to see that kind of stuff. So or maybe an integration with World Traffic 3. That could be cool and interesting. So yeah. Anyway, if you do want to give it a go though, there's more information over at the xplane.org store. It's coming in at $15 or regional equivalent available now. Moving out of X-Plane and moving into the ESP platforms, starting with the guys over at Spemis Home. So Spemis Home is been a very long-standing community, a German-based community that's given a lot of content to the community over many years. And in their latest release, they've released at the Cyprian Airport of Ercan. So the Ercan Airport was originally made by British forces back when it was under sort of colonial rule, before it became occupied by the Turkish in the 1970s. So it actually still serves as the primary main airport in northern Cyprus. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing. It's got a bit of interesting history. As I said, it was the first airport built in the islands during British rule, and as I said, it just continues to serve on. Was a very much a point of contention during the occupation. But yeah, it's still very interesting sort of technology. But as I said, it comes with a very great piece of scenery, serving a beautiful part of the world. That's for sure. Now, the best part about this is donationware. So this is free, but it is. But if you do enjoy the scenery, there is an option for you to be able to donate something to the developer. But otherwise, it's a prepared V4, the 64-bit simulator exclusive, in amalgamates high-resolution aerial photography with 30 cm per pixel resolution, including night and day, as well as 2 seasonal variations of the photo reel as well. Full renditions of all airport buildings in all areas of the airport and the surrounding townships as well. Customized terrain mesh and ground polys have been included. Full customized ground markings for the airport and surrounding areas. Animated neoplan bus and animated runway airport vehicles, as well as 3D animated lighting and fully dynamic lighting has been included as well, with full GSX version 2 compatibility and static aircraft included as well. So there's a lot of stuff in there, fully compatible also with all Orbix program and GSX and variety of other things as well. So looking pretty damn amazing, and as I said, coming in as a donationware product available over at the Spemis Home website, available now. And another prepared V4 exclusive release. The guys over at Airsoft have rebooted their Bergamo International Airport as their Bergamo Professional Edition. So, of course, bringing it up with the prepared V4 commonality that the guys over at Airsoft are doing. So, essentially, Bergamo, if you don't know it, is the main airport that is one of 3 international airports that services Milan. Not the main one, but it does primarily used by some of the more low-budget passenger carriers, such as Ryanair. However, it does serve as the primary cargo airport for all goods coming into northern Italy, so connecting northern Italy with all major cargo hubs all over Europe and North Africa. So, a very, very important airport for freight kind of things as well. Now, the airport is modelled as very highly detailed modelling, as it appears. It looks like about 20. It does look like it has been updated for 2018, so not like some of the professional updates haven't actually done anything to update the modeling. This one looks like it actually has. So it updates the layout of the airport. Includes 50 centimeter per pixel aerial imagery, including seasonal variations, full implementation of SODE jetways, as well as full functional safety gates with AES technology, pre-rendered shadows, a full implementation of dynamic lighting has been included as well, and all updates for the airport to be optimized for using with prepared V4. So, looking pretty cool, pretty amazing. Now, for new users, you are looking at paying $26 for this one, or your original equivalent. If you are a previous owner of the Bergamo X version, which was for the previous 32-bit sims, you are able to get a upgrade for this one, coming in at around about it looks like it's coming in at around about $20 So it's a fairly significant price to be able to get your update, but at least you do have that sort of slightly reduced cost available now. So this one's available now from the Aerosoft website or your favorite flight sim retailer, available now. And another scenery release for the ESP platforms, this time for all of the ESP platforms, 32 and 64-bit alike. We are looking at the release from Orbix of the Santa Barbara Municipal Airport. So this was one that they've been hinting at and sort of sort of hinting at that that Mish has been working on for a number of years now, but he has brought it out now, sort of continuing to serve along their rendition of the American coastline. Now, this one is sort of related to a lot of other Orbix airports related to the area, including Agua Dulce, Palm Springs, as well as Sonoma County and Lake Tahoe. So all part of a similar range for this one. Now, this is a very highly detailed rendition of the airport, including over 500 square kilometers of various amounts of photo reel, ranging from 30 centimeter per pixel up to 1 meter per pixel for the different areas. You get a full rendition of the airport layout of the airport buildings and layout as it appears in 2018. You get custom vegetation, custom night lighting, full suite of all the usual Orbix goodies that we get to have with that one as well. You also get a additional light airport as well, which is a secondary airport. The OCA3 Crawford Airport is also included, so you get to have a bit of. So there is plenty in there, not only for the tube liner pilots to go into the main airport, but a bit of stuff for the helicopter and GA pilots to be able to zip around the countryside in as well. So overall, looking like another beautiful rendition, a beautiful airport from the guys over at Orbix, available now for $40 Australian or around about $29 or your original equivalent, available now from Orbix Direct. And another extended ESP platform release. The guys over at Samsung have released their latest cityscape with their release of Rome City X. So this is a full rendition of the grand Italian city in a full photo reel. It's covering I think it's about over 100 square kilometers in a photo reel has been included. Over 10,000 autogen buildings have been included with custom Italian designings, including custom hotels, buildings, business centers, and varieties of other landmarks for the main parts of Rome, including all of the major bridges. Full implementation of night lighting, custom night lighting have been included as well, and fully it's been ensured to be fully compatible with all major Rome airport sceneries as well. So overall, I said a nice little bit of rendition if you do want to have if you're for the low and slow flyers, you want to enjoy a bit of Rome, a bit of Vatican action. This probably is the one that you want to grab. So they're coming in at around about $20 or your original equivalent, available now from the Samsung website. Rounding out the ESP releases, or rather the FSX Steam Edition exclusive release, we saw the release of First Flight Airport from Flight 1 software this week. So I swear this is a release that's previously been made available for FSX like a few years ago, but I can't seem to find it for sale anymore anywhere. So I may have been imagining it, I'm not sure, but as I said, this one is a release that has come from the stables of Flight 1. Now this is First Flight Airport is actually sort of, for those who might imagine, is actually built near the site of the first ever recorded powered flight of an aircraft by the Wright brothers. Now not only does it include the airport, it also includes 63 square kilometers of custom terrain, photoreal terrain, over 500 kilometers of handcrafted land class as well for accurate blending, full implementation of over 9,000 buildings of the style, and 570 accurate place auto-gen buildings have been included, including the custom rendition of the Kitty Hawk Memorial of the actual, also the Wright Brothers Memorial, and the town of Kitty Hawk and various islands have been included as well. So a bit of stuff going on here, fairly affordable as well. I mean, it is a very small airport, but yeah, still a fairly decent photo reel and custom auto gen for there. So as I said, this is a FSX Steam Edition exclusive, coming in at $5 or your regional equivalent, available now. Moving out of the flight sim world and moving into the world of the permanent way with Train Simulator. The guys over at Train Simulator have released their new train pack this week with a 2-for-1 pack this one. So they saw the release of the OBB 1144 and City Shuttle Weasel from Skyhawk Games and Railworks Austria. So this is a rendition of the Austrian Railways 1990s orders of two new sort of passenger coaches and passenger trains. So the double-decker coaches, which were branded as the City Shuttle Weasels, were designed to be actually to give long haul and sort of long haul passenger services, both, and as well as being able to also be used for intercity commuter service as well, and it was being driven by the OBB 1144s, so very powerful electric locomotives. So these two things, as they're designed to be different options for that one, has been looking very highly detailed renditions of these. Now these are part of the Train Simulator Pro series, so they are designed to be very intensive and very accurate in their way that they actually do model their systems, with a fully interactive cabs, including full dynamic and accurate startup and driving procedures, full implementations of the CIFA and PCB 90 safety systems, a full implementation of the passengers door systems, and including a full sound set, including for each of the variants of the 3 variants of the different models of 1144 that have been included with this as well. Along with that, you do also get 4 career scenarios to be able to utilize your new train and rolling stock with, but you do require the 3 country corner route to be able to make use of all of the 4 included scenarios. Otherwise, it is still fully compatible with Quick Drive and Steam Workshop scenarios. This train set is coming in at $20 or your regional equivalent, available now on Steam. Moving kind of back into the flight simulation world for a moment, but sort of this one's kind of a little bit weird actually. I always find these ones interesting. So this is the RealFlight 8, which is a remote control aircraft simulator. So you're simulating a scale model of real aviation. That always perplexes me. It really does. Anyway, they've rebooted. RealFlight 8 has rebooted itself with the Horizon Hobby Edition, which adds in 13 new aircraft and 2 new challenge courses to their what is arguably been described as the most physically accurate and most intense of the remote control aircraft simulators currently available. Interestingly enough, it's actually designed to actually be used with an actual remote control aircraft like simulated control, so you can actually sort of practice flying your real remote control aircraft from your sim. So it actually is sort of like a sim for a simmer's sim, as it were. So yeah, as I said, it's just really interesting. So they've rebooted the edition now. If you are a new user, you'll be able to pick this one up. So the full package is $100. Includes the original RealFlight 8 plus the updates to bring it in line with the Horizon edition as well. Otherwise, you do also have, if you're an existing owner of the RealFlight 8, then you are able to upgrade to all of the additional content for the Horizon Hobby Edition for $30 US. Now you can either pick this one up direct from the RealFlight website. Interesting enough, if you do pick it up from them, you do also have the option of picking it up with their RealFlight Interlinks RC Flight Sim controller. That is an additional option for $180 US for that one. Otherwise, as I said, you can pick up the software only if you just want to use that. It is compatible with an Xbox controller if you do want to give that a try. So you can, as I said, you can pick that up either direct from the RealFlight website or available now on Steam. Moving into a completely different form of simulation at the moment. Okay, these titles always perplex me. Sometimes I wonder why I actually report on them, but I do report on everything simulation related. So we saw the release this week from Sega and Sports Interactive of Football Manager 2019. So I'm guessing I'm going to start seeing a slew of new generic sport name Manager 2019 titles coming out over the next few months, I believe. I'm pretty sure Football Manager is usually the first one that comes out. So apparently things have changed. It's apparently more accurate with the way it does its training system, and now it gives you some more interesting stuff and stats to do about the tactics and how the tactics module works a bit more differently now. And you can have a different way of actually sort of using managers and sort of club managers and team managers. Couple of cosmetic updates to the UI. The 3D gaming, the 3D sort of representation engine also looks about the same. Doesn't look like it's changed much, but I don't know. As I said, I don't play these. I report on them. I don't play them. But we did see that they have done for the first time. They have actually in the series, they have actually gone ahead and actually got some licensed content here. So they have actually done a deal with the German Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2, so the second division, and they've actually fully licensed all of the content of that. So all of the clubs' logos, colors, team kits of both home and away, and all the players' names or faces have all been completely licensed and are fully included into the title. So that's, for those who want to play a realistic one, that's probably going to be a pretty cool way for you to actually sort of enjoy this new title. Now, as we saw when I reported on this last year as well, they released, not only did they release the Football Manager 19, they also released Football Manager 2019 Touch, which ostensibly is supposed to be down as a, and in the tagline uses a slick, nimble alternative to the world's favorite football management simulation. Basically, it's supposed to sort of remove the 3D animated part and just cut it down to just the basics of the team management. To me, though, it basically seems to be a DLC fest. So the primary title, Football Manager 2019, is coming in at $50 plus. Oh, by the way, if you want to have like the SDK and like any of the editors, that's an extra $5. The Touch Edition comes in at $30, which ostensibly seems about right. If it's just a stripped down version, that's fine. But then it's got $40 worth of DLC, which basically seems to be if you want to unlock any of the stuff that you can do in the main title, like other than the 3D gaming. This is just the stuff to do stuff within the title, or maybe cheats. Some of these look like cheats, like, you know, not being able to be sacked if your club does, you know, play shit, you know, like this kind of stuff. Then there's a bit of DLC fest where it'll end up costing you more than the core game. So Yeah, I got mixed feelings about that. I'm pretty sure I had the same mixed feelings when I saw this title pop up last year, but we shall see. But yes, if you do want to get into this one, as I said, you can pick up the main Football Manager 2019 coming in at $50 available now on Steam. Or if you want to go for the Touch version, core title is $30. If you want to pick up the DLC, you can look on adding out. You can expect adding an extra $40 if you grab all the DLC, and all that is available now on Steam. And with that, that does now wrap up the late edition of the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me on all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.